There's not any one thing that would be considered a favorite part from my perspective. It's the amalgamation of everything and how it works together. My name is Tony Sutton. I'm a Masters of the Southwest from back in 2000. Est Est Interior Design, oldest design firm in Scottsdale. It started in 1959 when I was 4. I went to work there in 79 and took it over in 84, and I've been at the helm ever since, and still having as much fun today as the day I started. Every house has normally its most important elements, that they're profile elements, and then there's the secondary spaces. To make a house be great, you look for the weakest link and say, okay, how can I make that space be better than it is now? Initially, there was a staircase here that went all the way up, so it started really encroaching on the ability to furnish this room properly. So when this was redone, the kitchen was in the center. There was a hallway that went around, so there was a small kitchen, small breakfast room area kind of compressed together, and then a dining room over here that's segregated from the rest of the house. This really worked out to make a perfect chef's kitchen. Very good circulation. You've got the views from both directions, daylight from both directions. So that really helps this be a desirable place to hang out. You're kind of like in the crow's nest up here, if you will. It had great bones. The house is right there. The skeletal framework really allowed for and opened the door up for being able to do this. So mostly cosmetic, but then we get into a little structural surgery at the same time. This was too much to change, so it's like, you know what? Let's just keep the Vigas and we're gonna just give them a nice silver glaze to make them a little bit more contemporary. This was all walled off completely, so the glass wall, again, makes it more visually connected. So when you're in the dining space, we have a generous dining space now that's fantastic. You've got views looking back at the mountain that we never had before. So these doors were modified to get them lined up. I also created the extra niche on each side here by making the efficiencies of the closet work well, so that again, there's a transition point. It's not just a way to get from point A to point B, but it's more of an experience. So as you turn around, you've got some art, you've got a table that's like a piece of sculpture. You turn around, oh, I've got art on the wall too. So this is what makes it sexy. This was totally blocked off. Again, steppings, stair stepping areas. This side didn't look like that side. We totally arm wrestled and manhandled this to get this to work. So this is really a nice equal his and hers area. And then when it's backlit, it's fabulous. And I love integral sinks, just love integral sinks. And every single one that we do has got a little bit of a different detail depending on how the house is and what the shape is. These windows were changed here. This was all blocked off. This was just a bad experience, all wrapped up into one. You've got privacy here, but you've got the greenery. You've got the backdrop that's a little bit more lush, a little bit more tropical looking, but at the segue palms and the pygmy palms, and then you balance it out with some beautiful bougainvillea to add some color. When you take the challenges, you come up with solutions you never would have otherwise. When you got a blank slate, you can do anything you want, and you would never create some of the things that you did when you're working around obstacles. So that's what I really enjoy, is just making this a complete makeover.